The story you are about to hear is based on true letters written during wartime. Some names and details have been adapted, but the spirit remains true. This is their story. In the heart of war, amidst the thunder of guns and the endless gray of uncertainty, there exist stories not about battles won or enemies defeated, but about the bonds that defy death itself. Tonight, we open a window into one such bond, the unwavering friendship between two young soldiers, Jack and Samuel. This is not a love letter to sweethearts back home. It is a love letter to brotherhood, a testament to the kind of loyalty only those who have faced the end together can understand. This is a letter to my best friend on the battlefield. First letter, Jack to Sam. Dear Sam, if you are reading this, it means the worst has happened. Or maybe I'm just being dramatic again, like that time I thought I broke my leg falling out of Mrs. Palmer's apple tree. If she ever found out, she definitely wouldn't let me near her garden again. I still remember her frowning face, but then secretly slipping me a few wormy apples. I'm sitting here in a damp dugout, scribbling under a sky the color of bruises. The air is thick with the smell of gunpowder, rusty iron, and the musty odor of mud, and somehow all I can think about is you and me, back when we were just scrawny kids with sun-bleached hair, pedaling our rickety bikes down Main Street, racing to see who would get the last slice of apple pie at Daisy's Diner. That sweet and rich pie feels so distant now. War has a funny way of peeling a man back to the bones of who he really is. And who I am at the core is someone who got damn lucky to know you. From the day we enlisted together, you weren't just my buddy. You were the guy who punched me hard in the arm when I froze during basic training, all because of some tiny snake slithering by. You were the guy who shared the last cigarette when rations ran out, during that bone-chilling night when all we could do was give each other wry smiles. You were the guy who stayed up with me when the nightmares wouldn't let me sleep. Do you remember that night we got lost during patrol? You were the one who kept me from going crazy with fear. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. The sky today feels strangely heavy, like it's about to collapse at any moment. My hands won't stop shaking, even though I've tried to clench them tight. Maybe it's just nerves, but maybe it's some kind of omen I don't dare to think about. If I don't come back, Sam, I need you to remember a few things. Etch them into your heart. Don't ever forget, okay? First, don't waste your life being afraid of invisible things. We've already stared death in the eye, Sam. Everything after this is borrowed time. Use it well. Remember that night we snuck out of the barracks, climbed that hill behind town, and swore to each other that we'd live a meaningful life no matter what happened. Second, remember the dumb dreams we had? You remember, right? Driving some beat-up car across the country, stopping at every roadside diner to eat the worst hot dogs in America, opening a tiny bait shop near some secluded lake where nobody knew our names. Do it, Sam. Do every ridiculous thing we ever laughed about when we imagined it. Live for all the dreams of mine that will never come true. Third, forgive yourself. If you're reading this, I know you're probably blaming yourself. Don't do that, Sam. We both knew the risks when we set foot in this place. You kept me alive longer than I had any right to expect. You were always the more level-headed one, the stronger one. I always felt safe when you were by my side. And finally, live loud. Live for my share too. Laugh that ridiculous hyena laugh of yours, the one that always made me chuckle no matter how bad things were. Dance with beautiful girls, even if you step on their toes. Cry when you feel the need to cry. Don't hold it back. And love like your heart is made of fireworks, bright and burning with all its might. You are my brother, Sam. Not by blood, but by every brutal battle, every stupid joke, every quiet and terrifying night we survived together. You are the only family I have in this God-forsaken war. And if there's a bar up there beyond all this suffering, save me a stool, would you? I'll buy you the first round. Make sure to order me a cold beer, the kind we both liked. Forever, your brother Jack. Second letter, Sam to Jack. Dear Jack, you idiot. You always had to have the last word, didn't you? Even when you're gone, you still try to leave me with all these instructions like some old man. I got your letter today. It was crumpled, covered in dirt, and faintly smelled of old tobacco. It smelled like you, a smell I'll never forget, no matter how much time passes. I read it once, twice, 3 times. I read it until the words blurred into the kind of tears I swore I'd never shed for anything in this world. I tried to be strong, tried to be the person you always expected me to be, but I couldn't, Jack. You're gone. I keep telling myself it's a horrible mistake, that you'll barge through this flimsy door any minute now, flashing that crooked grin of yours, calling me princess just to get under my skin. I can still hear the echo of your teasing voice in my head. But you're not coming back, are you? I know it all too well. This emptiness, it's like a black hole swallowing everything inside me. You told me to live loud, to laugh, to dance. You were always so full of energy, always pulling me out of my darkest moments. Today, I can't promise you that, Jack. Today, everything aches. Every cell in my body feels like it's being squeezed. This world feels quieter without you in it, like someone turned down the volume and washed out all the colors. I miss our loud conversations, our endless laughter echoing in the night. But I can promise you this. I will remember that night the 2 of us stole Colonel Harris's whiskey and nearly burned down the barracks. I still remember the acrid smell of smoke and the pale faces we both had when we were caught. I will remember the way you sang off-key to every damn song on the radio, even though your singing was absolutely terrible. I still remember your passionate expressions every time you belted out a tune. I will remember how you pulled me out of the mud, out of despair, again and again. You were always my rock, the one who always believed in me, even when I wanted to give up on everything. And one day, when this pain isn't so sharp, I'll do the rest. I'll dance with a girl whose smile is as bright as the sun, just like the way you always looked at life. I'll tell everyone stories about the bravest, dumbest, best friend a guy could ever have. I'll tell them about our victories and all our silly pranks. I'll laugh until my throat is sore, until the tears streaming down my face are no longer tears of sadness. I'll live until the day I see you again. I believe that somewhere we will meet again, share those cold beers, and tell each other all the stories we never got the chance to finish. You were my brother, Jack. You still are. No matter where you are, there will always be a place for you in my heart. Save me a stool, buddy. Save me a spot next to you so we can talk again and remember the days gone by. Forever, your brother, Sam. Some friendships are written in blood and laughter, in promises shouted over gunfire, in memories that not even death can erase. Jack and Sam never made it to Daisy's diner. They never opened that bait shop by the peaceful lake. But their dream, their laughter, their unbreakable bond, it lived on in every vibrant sunrise, in every joyful shout, in every soldier who dares to hope for peace. True friendship doesn't end on the battlefield. It just moves to a different address, a permanent place within the hearts of those left behind. If this story touched you, please consider leaving a comment, sharing your thoughts, or subscribing for more real stories that deserve to be remembered. Thank you for listening.